You may have seen a lot of social media accounts claiming that China is living in a futuristic paradise thanks to the superior wisdom of Communist Party central planners. A commenter asked me to share some thoughts about the Chinese economy. He stated that in China, they technically have a market economy that's regulated heavily by government, but is successful. Maybe this system works based on culture and couldn't be replicated in other nations. First, let's put China's success into perspective. China is still a middle-income nation with a much lower average standard of living than people in many high-income nations. Johann Norberg points out that China has a similar GDP per capita as Turkmenistan and the Dominican Republic. Our World in Data suggests that their median income per day is on par with Mexico. They are considered a success because they achieved massive economic growth in a short amount of time. Most economists argue that this growth was not due to more sophisticated regulations or more detailed 5-year plans. Norberg says that by the mid-1990s, the last 4 5-year plans had been abandoned before they reached halfway. Barry Naughton writes that although post-1978 China was far from a laissez-faire economic system, there is little debate about the nature and cause of their achievement. China shifted to a market economy and growth accelerated. Under the reign of Mao Zedong, the Chinese people were at the mercy of government central planners bent on creating a socialist utopia. Between 1978 and the early 2000s, China gradually instituted pro-market reforms which gave the Chinese people more freedom to lift themselves out of extreme poverty. Naughton notes, however, that since 2006, the Chinese government has ramped up its economic interventionism to an unprecedented level. Instead of moving towards greater liberalization, they are using initiatives like the Strategic Emerging Industry Program to steer resources toward economic sectors they believe are most advantageous for future growth. He argues that these policies are extremely high risk and it is still too early to determine if they will pay off, but it's a mistake to attribute China's past growth to recent interventionist policies.